Yo. What you swatting flies or something?
Nah, mosquitoes, man. These mosquitoes in the Bronx are racist.
The
What you
West
doing?
Nile. Got you. Got you.
They could smell a nigga from miles away, man. Skipping through all the light skins, like, nah, nigga.
Yeah.
That was
You
a
got
joke
no
I wrote a while
trees
ago,
around.
bro. I'm glad it banged. Yes, it is. Oh my God, you just made me
That's for your
realize.
stand
What
up
have I been
career.
breathing in? Oh yeah. That joke is gonna make it on Netflix one day. I actually might take it a bit seriously in LA. I might just get back into that scene again.
All right.
It seems interesting once again. LA has a good scene for us, so why not? Next thing you know,
Jokes.
I have a podcast called Jokes on You. That's actually a beautiful name for a podcast. I'm gonna write that down. Jokes on You. I was literally just joking, but I'm gonna write that down. And
Look,
if any
man.
one of y'all niggas steal it,
Maybe you
just
should look
know
it
it's
up. It
copyrighted.
might exist already.
I mean, we saw those Timsy freaking flakes trying to come for
Hey, we
our heads,
existed
bro.
before them.
Uh,
Anyway,
we're
welcome
gonna
back,
take your
y'all.
asses to court. What's up? Yeah,
Episode
I
number
have
50.
energy today. Not the lot, not
Oh,
the.
okay. Yeah,
Uh huh.
last time. Uh,
Why you call this early? If you don't know, it's eight
Gas.
thirty in the morning, man, and we out here giving you guys another beautiful episode, man. Come on,
Mm-hmm.
who does it? Who else but us, man? Which podcasters wake up early on
Who
a
else brings the
Sunday? Give you
cardigans?
guys an episode. Come on, a cardigan with a. I'll call it a singlet because I don't like
A
the name wife
singlet.
beater. A singlet or a tank top. In Ghana, that's what we call it, singlet. I think that's what the
You
British
in a
call it too.
bodysuit, man.
Yo, nah, I'm out. You have to fight me for that comment. Oh my God, I quit. Take that back.
Said a singlet.
Nigga said the bodysuit. Oh,
Everybody, Hassan and his fashion over. Trying to get to
yo, can you chill with that joke? I would never wear Fashion Nova, even if they give me $1 million. Never would I wear it. I'll just literally
Alright,
hardly
better not
wear
see
it
you
and
out here.
disappear from the surface of the earth. If they, that's a good way to start actually, based on your values and what you support and sustainable, blah 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 blah. Environment, all that jazz. You little hipster white boy.
What? Anyway, welcome
Nah,
back.
if
Welcome
Fashion
back.
Nova gave you
Welcome
the
back.
bag, if Fashion Nova
What?
gave you the bag, if they
No.
gave you $1 million and said,
No, we
"Yo,
already spoke about
three
this.
posts,
No.
three posts,"
No.
I'm gonna take it.
No.
I'm gonna take it.
You disgusting, man.
And then you legit see a bodysuit. F out of here, nigga. It's $1 million. It's $1 million. I did what I did.
Cancel all that.
I'm out to Ghana. After that, what y'all? They don't know how I got it. I'm gonna
Nah, they gonna
deactivate
cancel
my
you too.
IG. You can't cancel my $1 million. You can cancel me, but that million still
You gonna
there.
be right there in Bali with old boy.
Yo, you're obsessed with old boy, man.
Nah,
You
I think
really
it's just
wanna go?
funny.
Oh, you're mad because he didn't fly you out. Look at that. Look at that. You're
Nah.
mad because he didn't fly you out. Oh. Patrick gonna be in Bali.
Nah, it's
So
just funny.
bad.
It's funny because you talking about LA where he was like, "Oh, I couldn't get back." Like,
Yeah, you could. It was called a
yeah,
flight.
like nah, like his plane's still running.
Wait, what's his name again?
Russell said,
Oh yeah,
Simmons. Yeah.
I keep confusing him with Bill Simmons, but
Oh no.
it was yesterday that I found out that Bill Simmons was a white guy. Yeah, bro, I heard that name. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Man, all right. Episode number 14 of They Made Us Say It
Oh
podcast.
yes.
Back with your illustrious host, the prettiest of pets, right here with Mr.
It's your boy Hassan, aka Speedy. We're
Oh
back
my
here
God.
with it. I switched it from Mr. Not So Light Skin. I'm gonna respect your girlfriends and let them have this month off. The DMs will take a little break, but right here with Speedy Baker on the mic. Let's get it. Episode 14. It's been a minute.
All right. What they
This
made you
Speedy
say
nickname
this
is
week,
gonna
man?
stay.
It's
Oh,
not.
a lot, bro.
It's
Yes, it
not.
is. Stop hating. They made me say my nickname is gonna stay. First of all, so if you see me in the street, just go, "Hey, Speedy." I say, "What's up?" But never forget about it. How you doing, my man? Yeah, you know, with the hand gestures and things. You feel me? So
So
if you
that's all
see
we
me, in,
got for today. Thank you for
no, it's
joining
not.
us.
If you do see me on the block, holla at your
Hassan
boy.
will be leaving us for the rest of the episode.
It'll just be my card again. I hate when that nigga words me for these episodes, man. Oh my god. But no, they actually made me say, "Yo, New York City is insane, bro." I had this conversation with a girl once, right?
Mhm.
And it went about. I was asking her what was the craziest thing she's seen in New York. I really
Okay.
like asking that questions because it just gives you a lot of insight into how crazy the city is. And she goes, "One time I'm on the train and this guy just took a bag out and just snorted coke." I was like, "Wow, I've never had that experience." Guess what? 2 days later,
It's not that
literally
crazy.
on the train, I saw two older guys from the Bronx just doing coke and then bothering like one of those performers on the train. It was kind of funny, but insane. Like early morning, they were just doing coke. Beyond that, yesterday I was on the bus on my way to Astoria to see my tailor.
Uh-huh.
And, this yo, if you know, you know, never ever go to 25th and Lexington. That place is crackhead central. That place is literally his own city with crackhead mayors and like crackhead DAs, crackhead cops. It's just a crazy spot.
How you know
Like
so
if you're
much
from New
about
York
it?
City, because I've been on 125th and Lexington way too many times. It's again, if you've ever been in New
Okay.
York City,
Went to go see
125th
your
and
tailor.
Lex,
All right.
I know it's true. Because my tailor's in Astoria. Let me explain. My tailor's in Astoria. The quickest way for me to get from the Bronx to
Playing
Astoria
with
is
you.
to get off 125th and catch a 60 bus. It takes like 10 minutes and I'm in Queens. All right. My other option is to go all the way to the city 59th and go back all the way to
Yeah, it's
like,
doing the most.
so I sometimes I just do an opportunity cost. I was like, what is a few crackheads for like 10 minutes, 10 minutes of travel time to Astoria. So sometimes I take the 60 bus there, and it never fails. Every single time I see something crazy, man. Like on 125th and Lex, you're guaranteed. One time it felt like a post-apocalyptic scene. Like there was just no cops, and people were literally doing crack on the bus stop, like literally at the bus stop while they were
I mean,
waiting
I've
to get
seen
on the
people like
bus.
shooting up in the train before, but it's like,
Oh, like yikes! But yeah, this guy comes into the train with a bike with one of the wheel off and the other wheel on. I actually recorded some part of his conversation. I'm gonna play it here
just
because I was telling my friend. She was like,
making a
"Yo,"
documentary.
she was like, "Yo, why are you late?" I'm like, "I'm not." She told me to do it because this guy's Italian, right? But he just looked like the ultimate crazy New Yorker. He had Tim's on in the
Hmm.
summer with shorts and a yellow tank top. I think I could show you guys this. I don't know if you guys could see, but that's the guy. Three glasses, two on the brim with the Yankees fitted. You know what I'm saying? You
Damn,
see the
he
Tims?
a whole meme.
Yo, you see the Tims? Stop playing. And then after he sat down, the bus driver was like, "Yo, what the hell?" He goes, "Oh, it's a bike. Come on, man. It's a bike. Let's go. Come on. It's not. Please, come on. Hear me out, man. Yeah, yo, it's a bike, man. I'm not gonna get off. Just call the cops. We could do this. We make all of these people late, man." Nigga refused to get off of the bike.
What?
The bus driver also stayed for a good like
But you
three
can't get on a
minutes
bus with a bike or something?
with a bike. No, no, you can't.
Oh, I ain't know.
But this bike was, I was sitting right across from him, and the bike was like kind of broken.
Hmm.
And come to find out, it's not even his bike. He took that bike from somebody,
Well,
and the
yeah,
person called him and goes, "I'll give you
because
that
when
bike later,
people,
man. I promise."
because when you, I know people would take is the front wheel off their bike
Yeah, that's what he
and they
did.
chain it up and then they go wherever they going.
That's what he did. But beyond that, wait, didn't I save his audio? Oh man, this is gonna hurt me if I don't find out. But beyond that, like he made us late, and the bus driver finally moved, right? And
Mm.
once the bus driver finally moved, he goes, "Oh yeah, thank you so much, thank you God, thank you God, yeah, thank you God." I'm like, I'm just a stop away. Like I don't want to deal. Like every single time I sit on on that bus, I'm just praying, please nothing crazy today, please God, like nothing crazy. Let me play you this guy's audio. Wait.
Yeah, good job. I told them both something like that. I said something like that. I'll fight both of you. Let's go. I ain't no punk. And they both left me alone. They both went the other way. They talk shit, but they left. They didn't come after me. They knew I was dead serious.
This is the
Anyway,
craziest Italian guy I've ever met. So right after that call, he pulls out a straw, and I'm like, "Oh, this nigga got a bev." Okay, like the entire time, I'm entertained. I'm sitting there watching this guy. Pulls out the straw, then he pulls out his bag, and I swear to you, like on God, he did this to a
oh
bag
damn.
full of coke on the bus. One of the older
Nah,
ladies sitting next to him.
people
He
gotta
opened
chill.
it, put the straw in there, and just everything up. And I'm like, okay, now that's done. At least like the entire thing is over. Nah, nigga took the bag and was like, it's a little bit in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And
It's
then after
legal with
that,
them.
he put out a cold one for. I swear to God, I don't know where this nigga had a cold one from. All I saw was just a cold beer, just appeared out of nowhere, and this nigga was sipping on it, and and then after that, like, what did he do again? After that, I think he got on a call again and goes, "I'm just one stop away. Yeah, thank you so much, bus driver." Then he got off the freaking like bus, but I'm like, "Oh my God, this is an Italian guy who said nigga with so much conviction that I just let him have it. Like he's a New Yorker,
Nah,
whatever. Like
nah, nah,
you
nah.
got it, my nigga. Like if you were there,
Gotta get him right.
would you say something to a nigga that's on coke? There's some people I
Yeah.
don't waste my time on. People on drugs that are like clearly
I mean, I've
crazy
had
and
that.
logic is not a
I've
thing.
had.
And people,
I mean, I've had. What was it? Not last. Was it last Christmas? It was the Christmas before, Christmas Eve before, and some dude was on something. I think I'll tell you the story. And I was on the train. He was yelling at some dude, and he started yelling at me. And I was, I was like, "Yo, sit down." But he just kept like he tried to like do the whole like, "Oh, I'm gonna jump at you," but I mean, if y'all know me, I'm not very like, I just
Stone Cold Killer here.
like it's. But I didn't really do anything because there was already like kids on the train, and
There were kids
there
on the
was a
bus
girl
too.
on the train that was crying because she
Oh,
was scared, and I'm like, maybe I should do something, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just chill. And
I had
then
an
literally
like
like
that on my way home.
literally when that dude got off, like a lot of people, like a lot of older gentlemen, they got up and said, "Oh, like we're proud of you, like that you didn't do something stupid, like no need to go to jail on Christmas Eve, but this, that, and the third." And even like people a little bit older than
Exactly.
me,
That's
like in my
also
age, like the
one
one
part
dude,
of it.
yeah, the one dude, he was like, "Oh, like, hey, like, I don't know how you did it, because I would have like smacked him." He's like, "But that's what's up, man. Like, you just." He's like, "I
Yeah.
saw that you would handle your business." He's like, "But that's great." So,
There was this another crackhead on the bus on my way back home. This is another story for another day, but just it's a lot of crazy people in New York, man, and that's just they wanted me to say just you guys be freaking safe out there, man, because these
oh
niggas
yeah,
give no dams and like protect a woman. Like
well,
once it's a crackhead, I don't know. I also bumped my head I like on a door yesterday, so there's that. I had to put ice on it. I went and bought coffee and put a coffee cup on there because there was ice in it. I'm not joking, but that's how my day went
okay.
at my tailor's. I had to go say goodbye to her, and she finessed a few things for me, and then yeah. So that's
Got
what they
you.
made me say this week, man. What about you, man? How's your week looking
Uh,
like? What they made you say?
this week it's just been more so. I think everyone always has to, you know, create some sort of plan for yourself, um, and then be
Unlike me.
okay with well, be okay with like stepping out of like whatever that you're into. Like, so for me, I'm in the fashion industry to some extent,
That industry is
but
dead, bro. It's so sad, but go on.
I mean, like, I think, we'll see what happens. But anyway, just for me as an individual, I think it's important that you always have to deal with what's in front of you, like your actual life.
Oh
And
yeah.
then other things that you're trying to do, such as us, podcasts, jewelry, clothing. And, I'm sure the list will go on. But we're not just making all this money and stuff right now. So
Hell no.
yeah, but it's a slow climb. It's a process. You got to be consistent with it. But just be willing to change up. And if you feel like something's not working for you, I'm not encouraging anyone to quit per se. But like for me, I went to school.
Quit.
I got my
But quit.
I got my bachelor's degree, and for me, it's like, okay, you see something that's not working out. You see that these opportunities aren't being made available to you. So you keep pushing something that's not working, or do you change something up to better your life from there?
Yeah, you
So
can
that's
push a
what I'm
dead horse,
doing.
man. You can't ride a dead horse.
Exactly. And also, it was just yesterday, actually. And my father hit me up. He's like, "What do you want for your birthday?" But I was thinking,
$1 million.
nah,
Oh,
I
yes.
think for any birthday, like holiday, Christmas, things like that, I don't mind if people give me something, but I'd rather like do something for somebody else. So I was just telling
Wow,
her
what a
like,
selfless human being.
nah, like for real, like, cause you know what I'm saying? Like we pretty much have what we need, you know? So I'm thinking like every like major, like I guess
Mm-hmm.
Christmas, birthday, Thanksgiving, like times where like people are actively giving, like where there's groups that are actively out there giving, like, whatever, give like one gift or two gift for whoever. But I think it's important to like teach people, teach your kids, teach whoever to like give that to others that don't have anything
Mm-hmm.
or in worse conditions than you. So yeah, that's what they made me
Nah,
say this week, man.
you're not gonna tell them when your birthday is.
It's not important.
So
I'm not that type of
wow,
I'm not that type of person.
I'm gonna tell
I don't
you
like
guys. Say less.
all right.
You
Well,
guys could send his gifts to my address. I'll give it to him.
nobody will ever see them gifts. Well, so
I'm gonna
this
take them
week,
gifts all the way to LA. Just put it as a carry.
yeah, all right.
Last week I was sleeping. This week I'm up. All right. So that's
Nah, I'm a send you a picture to the airport.
stop that nigga.
Terrorists coming through the airport.
Whoa, nah, bro. Don't do that, man. We gonna stop me. Chill.
You
I've
got my
always been,
gifts.
I've always been able to get away because I'm black. So they're like,
They gonna be.
nah, I won't interrogate. Look, he has dreadlocks. It's one of us.
They
So
gonna
like,
be at step to the side.
I'm like, Patrick, Patrick.
You'll be good to go. We just gonna confiscate a couple things.
No, it's mine. You don't understand.
All right, let's get the list here. All right, everything's here. Actually, check his pockets one more time.
They ain't even get this nigga anything. Starbucks coffee card.
Oh no, you can keep that.
Really made them stop. Like,
Man. All right, so
we got Par in here.
we got a lot to talk
reporting.
about. So
We're talking about everything today.
how do you feel about what just happened in Wisconsin?
First of all, I just want to apologize for my audio because Optimum Wi-Fi is ass, and they won't let my freaking internet connection be stable, we pay them for nothing. Don't use Optimum, guys. Don't use Fios either. They have hidden fees. Whatever you use, just make sure it's great. But I don't know, man. Honestly, I'm tired of it. I've reached a point where, I wasn't a big advocate of marching unless it came with some form of action, right?
Yeah.
Because how I saw it, I used to have this argument with people all the time. Like, they know you're gonna march. That's why they continue doing it, because it literally doesn't bring any forth or any form of organized action at all. It's just us. They'll kill one of us. We're out on the streets marching. It dies down. Cycle repeats again.
Well,
So
I think that also has to do with how people resume life as if everything is everything. So
yeah,
if you're out here, whatever you can do, if it's drawing awareness, if it's setting up a protest, if it's donating, if it's this, is that,
voting or something, like do
there
something.
should be some type of call to action. And I
That's
think,
what I want, and it's not
yeah,
happening.
yeah. But my thing is this for everybody, like you can't go back to what it is, because this is my outlook on it, and it's short and sweet. Honestly, like, it's just messed up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a fucked up thing to do, especially with someone's kids in the car. And if there's 3 of y'all, you can.
Yeah,
And again,
honestly,
we've
F all
been down.
cops.
Yeah, we've been down this road before, so I don't think we have to get into too much detail.
We've
But
again,
hopefully it'll
it
be
just keeps
okay.
happening. It's a
Like,
cycle.
yeah, hopefully, a miracle will happen
Yeah,
to
I
be able
think
to
there's
walk
good
again.
news.
So,
Oh.
but he's alive, so that's what's up. But honestly,
How do you shoot somebody 7 times? What's wrong with you? You freaking idiot.
I mean, that's just what
Dude,
they do.
I don't understand. He got legs. He could. Why are you even shooting at somebody with his back turned against you?
I don't. My thing is, like, they could
There's
attack
3
me
of you
or
guys.
something.
There's
Yeah,
3 of you guys. I don't understand. If you're scared of people in the first place, maybe
you shouldn't
keep
be a
cops
police
in
officer. Yeah.
Fuck all cops. It has to be said.
Yeah.
Like, they make it way too easy to be a police officer, and our tax dollars are paying for this.
I
And
won't
then
say. Look, I think what I'll say is this. I don't
now I'm
think
gonna
it's.
say it. I don't like any cop.
I'll say this because there
I
is,
don't like any
again,
cop.
there is some officers that actually take their job seriously. You know what I'm saying? I just think that a whole
You're part
system.
of the system. That's how
I know,
just
but
say it.
listen. So there was a gentleman that spoke up, an officer, and he was very, like, vocal about everything that was happening, like from George Floyd, this, that, and the third. And he was someone, like, he didn't even think he would even be a police officer, but he ended up being a police officer. Guess what happened to him? He got
I don't know.
fired.
Exactly.
But
See what I
yeah,
mean?
but see, what I'm saying is, like, I don't want to say, like, fuck all of them, because, like, there is people out there that's gonna, like, try to stand up for you. It's because, like,
I
it's
understand
because
that
those,
sentiment. They're not allowed to.
I would say you need to restructure these unions because they have too much power. Because you see, like, it's like those police unions have too much power.
Anything.
Yeah, and then there's too many bad apples because everybody make the
They're
argument.
all bad apples.
Everybody make the argument like, oh, it's just a couple. Like, nah, it's like you get a sack of 20 apples and it's like 2 good ones in there. That's what it seemed like.
A half good one, and even that one is partly rotten. Dude. Honestly, I'm gonna make my money and get the hell out of this country, man, because it's a joke. I'm sorry, like, it's a big joke. America, I don't see a future here, because.
Well, look, I mean, again,
I think have kids. I can't have them going through this and being afraid to be black. Like,
yeah. But this is the thing, is that,
like, my mom shouldn't be scared I have dreadlocks because cops will look at me and think I fit a description. Like, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, this is the thing, is that I believe we need to keep pushing. So even if the election goes the way that I feel like a lot of people want it to,
Kamala Harris ain't gonna do.
What Joe Biden and them are gonna do, they'll just lull you back to sleep and get you back to the status quo. We're not trying to get there. We're trying to make advancements. That's the problem, is that we just get settled in and we stick to that. But what was the status quo? It was this, but just not as bad. I don't really want that. So again, there needs to be a call to action. There needs to be a plan. So when and if those two do get elected to office, it's not, oh, celebrate, da da da. No, keep their feet to the fire. Actually turn the fire up more. You know what I'm saying? Because they came in talking all this and that. Hey, we're gonna do this. So guess what? If you're saying
They
you're gonna
always
do
talk
all that,
though.
exactly. But if you're saying you're gonna do all this, you need to be held accountable to that.
Oh yeah, for sure. They need to. But I don't know, man. It's just I've seen the cycle repeat a bunch of times, and we have Kamala Harris, who's a known police supporter. I was even watching this movie last night, The Last Black Man in San Francisco, and there was an actor in there, the light skinned one. They called him Kofi, and I after the movie, I was looking up different aspects of the movie. I ended up on the cast.
Right.
Apparently, that guy was actually wrongfully incarcerated in reality for a murder he didn't commit. And guess who was the front person or the DA that actually pushed for that guy to be, sentenced to life imprisonment? Kamala Harris.
Oh yeah.
She came out based on like a wrongful testimony by somebody who was just lying and got this black guy put in jail for a crime he didn't commit. And luckily for him, he had the funds to hire a good lawyer.
Right.
And 6 years in, he was able to stand for retrial and prove that he was innocent indeed, and sued the city for 13.1 million, and he won. Congrats to that guy. But it's a terrible thing. So that also puts into picture who our vice president
is. But look, but this is the thing. It's none of these. Listen, none of these
effed up, man.
I know,
this country is shit.
Listen,
I don't know, it's shit.
Listen, none of these politicians are ever going to say, "Yo, I was wrong in this."
Oh no, for sure not.
You know what I'm saying? At least none of these, pre-existing politicians. I could see someone that's a true progressive mind. They might be like, "Hey, that's my bad." Or, "Hey, I'm speaking to you from reality." But a lot of them, they're like, "Well, look at the good I did within this bad thing." And it's like, all right, I already expect that. That's why.
Job. What you mean? Look at the good. That's your job.
Well, I'm saying, for instance, Biden with the 94 crime bill. He's like, well, there was this, and this in there. I'm like, yeah, but look,
put it there.
Look at everything else that came out of that.
Exactly.
That was very, very, very. It's just a negative thing.
Hey, look, man. If you're in America, it's just don't let this dampen your spirit. Just, go after your goals, do your things. Just keep in mind that this country was based on these values, and it's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot of revamping, a lot of just pressure on the necks of your local authorities first, because your local is more important. We could come for the big dogs later. If you can get control of your local authorities and educate yourself on your local authorities. We have a great episode I think we should put that on the Tim Z page. Actually, remember that episode?
Oh yeah, we can.
With the local. Well, she wasn't a DA. She was a district leader. Just listen to that episode. We gave a lot of gems as to how your local government functions. If you can get control of the local government, and if you hold them accountable, go to these meetings, put your foot in the neck. It'll be better for you locally, because they know there's somebody there, or there are people there know about their doings and know where their funds are going and know where your money is being distributed to and how it's allocated to all these agencies.
Exactly.
All of that. So
at the end of the day,
vote locally, know who you're voting for, know their policies, just know who your DAs are.
Get the knowledge. There's free resources. I mean, everybody got a smartphone at this point in time, I'm assuming. Or you can go to the library, use the internet.
Yeah.
Just, I hate when people don't use the technology that's available to them.
You're on Instagram scrolling all day. You don't have to be, my guy.
Exactly.
You wasted time.
Exactly. So, with that being said, We actually had a previous episode about sports and politics, but on a much shorter point. How do you feel about what you saw with the NBA and everything?
Dude, I literally called it out. Like I had this argument with my uncles here. I
Uh-huh.
was like, "Yo, this is theatrics, and they're gonna end up playing like in a day or two." And literally, like at the end of the day, it came out that they were gonna go play
Oh
because they
yeah.
had no plan in motion. It was just like because for me, I want to see the results of like their action. Like, okay, you're not playing, but what is that accomplishing? Like there's already eyes on this topic.
Yeah.
If you're not playing, you need something set in place. Your NBA commissioner, your team owners, they have relationship with these local authorities, and that's how they get all these tax breaks, and that's how they get all these
Exactly.
stadiums, and that's how they get to represent the state. What are those people doing in order to come for that? Like, where was this again? Where did this happen? Um,
What do you mean?
the shooting happened in
Wisconsin.
bum ass state to start with, but yeah, like what is the team from Wisconsin?
The Bucks, I believe.
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee.
Yeah, see exactly. Like I'm
But I don't think they even announced anything, the Bucks. They just didn't show up. And then the
yeah,
Magic were on the floor alone.
yeah.
And everybody else was like, all right, we're gonna do the same, like follow
But
suit.
I was hearing some rumblings in the background that LeBron was asking them what do they want. My nigga, you know what we want, man. Go talk to your niggas, man. Go talk
No,
to
no,
them.
they had a meeting.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, they had a meeting.
But
I don't know.
you just come out, you make this big statement, and then the next day you're playing.
Well, I think
I
it
don't know,
goes
man.
back. I think it goes back to what we were saying, or maybe it was a point I made. I don't want to put that on everybody. But how it's kind of you can use the platform that you have to
To an
keep
extent, though,
pushing. Or I thought would have been cool was we're just not going to resume the rest of the season.
I'm not playing, but also on a much more understandable note, just because we don't want to be ignorant to people's struggles, the NBA has to pay for its employees. It has to it employs a lot of people. That's
Oh
like
yeah,
their lively wage. We have a lot of PTs on the team. We have a lot of rookies that this is literally their first season and they're not
oh
making.
yeah. Or
I mean, they're making
even
a livable
well,
wage,
to
but
be
when
honest,
compared to the greats,
well no, I'll
um,
even you can bring it to a more like relatable level. Um, the people that are employed inside of this bubble, like Disney wasn't open, so
exactly.
you have like cooks in there, you got hotel staff in there, so they're probably excited just to come back, even if it's just for a short while they
Yeah,
finish
at
off the
least it's some
season.
money
So
because
it
this
can
country
be,
won't pay them. So
yeah. I mean, at the end of the day, I think there just needs to be a plan. I think they should start to structure that. But I think it's good to show like, hey, we will do this again or for a longer period of time.
yeah, I
At
think
least put
next
the gun
season
to
they
somebody. You know what I'm saying? So like I think because it was the Lakers and Clippers, they said we're not we're thinking about. I don't know if they said they were thinking about it, but not resuming the rest of the season. Now I'm sure when they saw that, they said, "Wait, hold on, like,
yeah
no, we
emergency
need y'all.
meeting.
Yeah, we need y'all to."
Because if you think about it, yo, the players are the money makers. Like, there's no, I get it, advertisement, but without the players, there's no
Oh
advertisement.
yeah,
Like, where are
exactly.
you gonna get your money from? You could tell me the owner will be fine because he already got his money from his
Yeah, he will
advertisers,
be, but
but
nobody came to watch you.
nobody is playing. That's what the NBA is. Like the players have to realize how much power they have, and if you hit the
Hmm.
pockets, they'll respond. It's as simple as that. If you, but there's no unity on that front. Other people are like, well, I have families and blah blah.
Well, no, I
Blah.
mean, I'll say this. Is that for me, this is the first time where I've seen like, wow, like every single team except the Magic. I guess they didn't get the call about it,
Nah,
but they eventually,
yo,
they went home
yeah,
eventually. But I haven't seen anything where everybody was like, all right, we're on the same page, and that was great. Because remember, like what was happening with the NFL, 4 years ago now? Like it was like, oh, maybe some of us will kneel, some of us will do this, some of us will do that, some of us will do this. But this time around, nah, we all on the same page. So that was
That's
cool.
super hypocritical of the NFL. I just don't want to see them talking about Black Lives Matter or any of that jazz.
Oh no.
That's
I'm
the
talking about.
NFL, man.
I'm not talking about
NBA.
them talking about anything. I'm just saying, like 4 years ago when Kaepernick decided
Oh yeah.
that's what I'm gonna do. It's like other teams were like trying to be in support of him too. I'll say other players on other teams. So it's like
Exactly.
20 players were kneeling, 20 players were standing, 20 players were like still in the locker room. You know what I'm saying? So there was no consistency. There was nobody was saying this or that. And then you had some players that are like, oh, I got a family to worry about. I'm like, bro, you're one of the highest paid players in the league. Like, you'll be okay. You know what I'm
don't need
saying?
all those millions. Like honestly,
Like,
if
maybe you
break
should
it
stop
down in
having kids,
America,
but
nah, you can have your kids, but in America, you don't need that much to live comfortably. People always just get greedy. I mean, it's good to make money and if you're
oh
using
yeah.
it to fund projects, yeah. But like, yo, if we bring it down to the teeth, like if niggas can survive on 20,000, you can survive on freaking 500K. Trust me.
Oh yeah. You just gotta
You know,
play your money
yeah,
right.
just exactly. And it's just anyways, I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully next season there's a much more efficient plan and the NBA needs
Oh
to be
yeah.
transparent
I
with
mean, I
what is
think
doings behind the scene.
yeah.
I mean, but I do give NBA props for being the
But
most
and I'll say this too.
outspoken in this kind of thing.
I'll say this too is that, and who made this point? I can't remember who I was listening to. It might have been Trevor Noah. And he made a good point. And I'm
Hey,
like,
shout out
damn,
to my
like,
nigga Trevor, man.
I didn't really think about it, but it's like everybody's putting this on NBA players to change policy, this, that, and the third. And I'm like,
No,
I'm not talking I'm not talking about you, but I'm just saying, like, we've definitely seen that during, like, even during quarantine, like, oh, how come you guys aren't doing this and that and this? And I'm like, they can, but I'm like, they're not the politicians. You need to put this pressure on the politicians. Yeah.
But
I can go
problem.
if I'm LeBron, yeah, I could have access to somebody and sit down and talk to them. That doesn't mean they're gonna do anything. You know what I mean? Like,
they never do.
Yeah,
how
like,
many talks they've had in life.
and that's why, and I think that's why LeBron takes things. I just use him as an example because that's just someone where a lot of what he does is out in the open. So I think that's why he goes about trying to protect people's voting rights, trying to do this, do that, do this on his own. But he can't do everything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, he makes a lot, but he's not Bezos. You know?
Bezos is not even talking about politics because, again, that's the thing.
He's just trying to make some money, man.
Dude, like, Bezos don't even pay taxes, man. This country is beyond effed up.
Yeah, that's
know how America was able to function like this for a while. When we bring it down to the teeth, it's just get yours and get out. That's what this is like. Get yours, make sure it's generational, and get the hell out. Because all these rich people they don't even invest back in this country. Like the money is overseas, bro. Like, yeah. So that's exactly how they see it. So like, this doesn't affect their pockets. If you
hold
think
that.
Think again. There's nothing that's safe here. Unless
hold those thoughts. But I guess, how do you feel as a last point? How do you feel about? I mean, you already made it clear, but where do you see America going? Do you feel like we're at a tipping point?
No, my guy, we're headed to a very bad place, man. It's looking terrible. Honestly, This is not a place I might want to raise my kids. I don't care. I'm a citizen. I'm gonna say this, man. This country has been effed up from the beginning, and until we actually take pride into learning about how politics work and just stop being distracted by some bull crap. Oh, first of all, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
Oh yeah,
Wakanda forever.
Exactly.
That hurt me, but beyond that, that hurt me a lot. Prayers to his family, man. Rest in power, rest in peace. But beyond that, people need to understand that if you don't educate yourself, you'd always be ignorant to the actual reasons why things happen in this country. Donald Trump was not a mistake. It was set up for him to win.
Oh yeah.
Because the democratic system of this country is not even pure. Like we're over here fighting and paying taxes to fund the military to bring to advocate for democracy in these other countries. Yet we don't even have true democracy here because they don't even trust the people to be smart enough to choose their own president. What the hell is an electoral college? Suck my ass. Like, yo, you're telling me I voted, but there's another nigga in office telling me that, yo, oh, well, it's in your best interest if I choose the president. Nigga, who are you? I went out and voted. That's my right. Like, who are you to choose for me?
Yeah.
I feel like, what is this? If it's a real democracy, yo, let the people
I
choose.
mean, I would say this too. I think you can only really.
It's an outdated
I
system.
don't know if it's even possible, but if you took money out of politics, you would see a lot of people leave.
It's all a game, bro. All these corporations
because
are funding
yeah,
money
and the thing is,
controlling them.
what this is the thing is that people keep selling out their communities, their cities to these corporations. But I'm like, they're not really gonna have your best interest in mind. There might be some, I don't know, but for the most part, no. And I think what people need to stop doing, sometimes the answer is right in front of you. So everybody that's on this whole like all these conspiracy theories and this and that. Look, let me just
break it down for you.
I'm gonna make it real simple. If you really think that Trump is here to save the world from some pedophiles or something like that,
idiot.
This dude has said on multiple occasions how he would like to sleep with his own daughter. Or at least like sent those like like, you know, those little hints like, oh, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, come on, like really, like we not gonna go down that path. And he's the one that was buddy with Epstein.
Trump is an idiot, man.
So if y'all, I mean, whatever, you can believe what you want to believe. I'm just saying, like, it's really right in front of you. He's not that bright. And I'm not saying Joe Biden is
not bright at all. Either. Joe Biden is a terrible choice. I saw a meme that was like it was like me voting in was it November? It was somebody just writing the thing down on a piece of paper and just like just take it. You're lucky I have no other choice, nigga. Like, but that's the thing. It comes down to a choice. I'm looking crazy. I'm looking like an obsessive like guy. But it's true. It comes down to a choice, and they don't give you the opportunity to make that choice. Like, look at our candidates, man. Like,
but you know what? One thing too, I think people need to start
get out, honestly.
Looking at too is that you need to really see who has your best interest in mind. Also, and it's like you can't be caught up in this whole like, oh, that was an exciting speech and this and that. But I'm like, what's the follow-up? You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of people that are in certain segments of the country.
Obama was a great conversationalist.
Yeah, but what do you do?
Drop mad bombs like, yo, people. Obama has a clean
I know.
image,
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is this: is that I feel like he could even like push harder for certain things. That's a different conversation for another day. But you know, if you're in certain segments of the country, you might feel like empowered by what Trump is saying, this and that. Whatever, cool. Like I'll just say this: cool. That's where you live. You're probably conditioned to think that way. A lot of people are. So, but with that being said, you need to follow up with what he's saying he's going to do. Because a lot of what he said he's going to do for y'all, he is not going to do. And he could give a fuck about y'all, to be honest.
This nigga lying.
So, it's just like, really pay attention to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to be racist, whatever. But at the end of the day, like, if you were a small business owner and you put him in office or help to, look what happened to you. You know what I'm saying? It's not, you know what I'm saying? Like these things are not,
compared to other countries, America has really done the least for its people during a global pandemic and in the midst of an economic like downturn.
When you got nurses in trash bags, like, you know it's not good.
We're one of the global power. When I sit down, I'm like, is this really happening? Is this America? Like, yo, this is a joke, man. Honestly, it's a joke. Congress is a joke. Like, when it comes down
they
to
were on
like,
recess.
Other smaller countries.
Or vacation for...
How the hell y'all gonna take... See, this is... Because people don't have pay, right? Like there are no jobs. Literally, one of the MGM I just read laid off. It's 18,000 previously furloughed employees. Now these guys are homeless. They have families, bro. Like they don't have any empathy, and that's what's missing, man. So if you can like just be kind to people, honestly, that's all that we need right now as like communities. Just be nice to each
And
other, man.
this
Like,
is one
have some
thing.
empathy. Don't be too cold-hearted, because that's what's missing from this whole debacle. They have no hearts. They literally. I don't even think they care about their own families. The way they come out there and just think and like go about their
Well,
business.
no,
It's
I'll
like,
say
yo,
this. I'll say
stone
this.
cold hearted.
This is the thing is that the problem in this country that I see, and that's why I told you, like, for my birthday holidays, I want to give to others, is that people don't care until it's impacting them.
Yeah.
And that's the issue, is that, oh, environment, it's not important. But then what's impacting them, how do we fix it? I'm like, well, I tried to tell you.
Headed your way. Yeah, I've been telling you.
Yeah. I tried to tell you, you know, 5 years ago. It's too late now. Now you just got to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, economy's messed up. There's no jobs. I told you not to put this dude here, but that's what you wanted. Too late now.
Go out and vote.
You'll never work again because they eliminated your, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like,
there's no job. Again, all those jobs you thought were secure, think again. All these cushiony offices are empty in New York, Fifth Avenue. This is the whole New York, man. Fifth Avenue is dead. Like, Saks is laying off employees. I think Saks is going to go bankrupt, too.
Well, I mean, they're owned by Hudson Bay, so we'll see.
Yeah, and even LVMH is suffering too. I think they're being sold, actually. It's crazy, bro. Like, when you see the ramifications of these actions of this economic like pandemic, I call it an economic pandemic because that's exactly what.
Yeah, but look, and I think people look. If y'all listen to us, and you know, maybe you have someone that believes like, oh, the economy is great because they say it's doing great. We have to be very specific. All right, it's
great
not the
them,
economy.
they have
well,
money,
no, it's not the economy. It's the stock market.
But
economy
even
is not
terrible. If it's
drop. No.
Yeah, it will when it drops.
No, it will, but it's only up because these top tier folks got these bailouts. They got all this money, and then they're doing those stock buybacks. So that's why it's overinflated right now. So it's not because, oh my God, everybody's just out, you know, pushing money through the economy. Like, yeah, people are out spending money here and there, but definitely not like before. So just be cautious about be cautious about where you're getting your information from. Anything to add, man?
Honestly, yo, just look out for yours. Look out for your family. Be empathetic. Educate yourself in local.
And educate others, man.
And educate others. Push, like, yo, this November, I want to see people, like we said, during the local elections, and it was beautiful to see.
It was mad people out.
See how we came out and did that. That affects you locally, man. So on the other stage, I know there's the EC, and we should actually propose for that to get rid of it, man.
And look, y'all,
it's not a real democracy if the popular votes doesn't reflect into the presidency. It's stupid, honestly. But still, get your people educated on that front. Get your niggas to register to vote, man, and just.
And look, start planning now. Start planning now.
Yeah.
So you know they're getting rid of these mailboxes. So like you said,
I'm voting from California, so like I have to make sure I could mail them my vote.
Yeah. So you have to plan now. You gotta get everybody together. Like, all right, request this off, or you need to get out or work at this time at that time. Make sure it's done. So. If you gotta drive an hour just to drop it off at a mailbox somewhere else, make sure
an hour to drop it off at the mailbox and watch the mailbox because niggas be.
Or take it to the post office. Hell, you know what I'm saying? Like take it directly there.
USPS needs money anyways, but that the whole business structure is trash too. So every 3 years, these niggas come back. Well, we're broke.
Whoa, they keep trying to cut them. That's why. It's not
It's-
their fault.
They need to
So
revamp the business structure. They need to make it a bit more modern. But I mess with the USPS, man. They've
oh
helped me out
yeah,
with my business and like shipping out stuff.
exactly.
They're the most well, option. We ship out
And this
direct.
is the thing
Send
too.
a
It's
letter to
like,
your grandma so they could get some money. Right?
but this is the thing too. It's like people, Trump will be like, "Oh, it's gonna be rigged, da da da." But I'm like, you have to see the connection in all this. Is that he votes by mail. A whole bunch of states vote by mail.
Yeah.
Like Florida votes by mail, right? And he's like, "Oh, but Florida has it right." But wouldn't it be rigged though? You can't. How could that be possible? If mail-in
Now he's
voting is
picking
the
and
worst
choosing.
way to vote, how could it be possible that it works there? And who is it? I can't remember the exact title. The general, the postmaster. He
Postmaster.
actually
That name is
has,
funny. It sounds like a name for
yeah,
an ad. Like,
he actually has ties or investments in some sort of a competitor that does the same thing as like the USPS or UPS or whatever.
FedEx or UPS,
So,
something.
whatever, I don't know, he has some investment in something. So it's not a coincidence that he's cutting and doing all
It's
this
not a
stuff.
coin kidding.
So that's what I'm saying, y'all. A lot of shit is right there in front of you. You just choose not to look at that. You want to say, "Oh, but wait, he's really trying to ship out like no, it's literally just there. It's laid out in
Nigga
front
don't
of you."
give a damn about your package. You see
Yeah,
how they toss them shit at your door?
yeah. Well, no, I'm saying like people
like-
will make an excuse like, oh, add on a whole nother conspiracy theory. I'm like, it's not a conspiracy theory. He's trying to cut that because all they're trying to do is cut publicly funded things so they can privatize it and gain more money. Literally, that's it. I don't know what's so hard to figure out about that.
Dude, my
I understand, pardon me. A chicken.
Oh, that's a dog.
Yeah.
Last time I heard a chicken. I literally heard a chicken crow back here. It's like, damn, they're really making this the Dominican Republic for real, huh? It kind of felt like Ghana though. That's my goal. To make enough money that I could have a ranch, not a ranch, like I'll have a big land somewhere where like farm animals, a tree where I'll just sit under and just drink tea and meditate. My life is complete, man. Just be one with nature and just throw my phone somewhere, man. Because I'm done with all this. Honestly, I'm out to Mars, man. Oh, before we go, Elon Musk, quit it. Stop. Whatever you're doing, stop, man. I don't like it. You're a weirdo. Like, did you see the Neuralink presentation? This nigga had the nerve to go as like a Fitbit for your brain. I was like, oh my God, this is on an actual presentation he's given to the entire world. It's like a Fitbit for your brain. Yo, just stop it, man.
Stick to the cause. It's working. All right, y'all.
Yeah. On that note, I have a lot more to say, but we got to get out of here, man. It's a quick and easy one for you guys. Speedy. I got to make it speedy, man. Speedy Baker. I'm out here with the speedy episodes. You feel me? If you see me on the street, man, hey, Speedy, what's that?
Don't. Please don't.
Do
Don't do it.
Do it.
All right, y'all. Please subscribe. Follow us.
Timsy Pod.
Exactly.
At Instagram. Check out my Instagram.
And yo, comment. Let us know what they made you say this week too.
Yeah, for real. Let us know. I know we say this every week, but I'm so sorry. I've just been really caught up with moving. It's such a stressful thing. I finally secured a spot there, so we're good now. But I need to figure out how to get my stuff there. But once that's done, best believe the audio is gonna be here. I promise you guys. It's just been really hectic, and I haven't really had time to sit and do that. But once that's done, we're also looking for an audio engineer. If you know anybody that would like to join the Timsy team, we're looking for one more person to help us, work more on the audio side of things. But beyond that, follow us on Instagram. Check out the pod on Instagram. We will be posting the district leader conversation we had on the Timsy Pod Instagram, just so you guys could go refresh and get some hidden gems in that conversation. It was a beautiful conversation. We got a lot of feedback from that. And until next week, stay cool, do you, learn more,
Peace.
and be empathetic. Your boys out.